I met the Lord, and while I was Christian, I was in love with Jesus. Totally. Everybody in high school knew I was a Christian girl, and I was very proud. I was very proud of being celibate. I went through a really bad depression. I had suicidal thoughts. It was really nasty. But anyways, so I was really scared to be loved again. And the Lord was like, you didn't let me deal with those things. So now that you hit rock bottom and you became weak, now is when I'm going to start dealing with those things. If you let me, I will do it. So him and I become boyfriend and girlfriend. I was over the moon, right? He was going to church. He was learning. He ends up getting baptized at one point. Pero nobody knew this. For the first 6 months of our relationship, I was depressed. I was depressed because I couldn't forgive myself. I was depressed because I was confused. I didn't understand where and why I failed God.
So I have this book in my hands. I love this book. So it says fervent prayer. You know, it says always, or in the good book, it says continuously pray, right? Because prayer changes things. And regardless whether things are good or bad, you never know what God is doing behind the scenes. Now he's changing my life, my family's life, my nephews, my nieces. And I'm like, Lord, thank you. Because everyone, it doesn't happen for everyone like that, you know. So for me, I'm like, I am so blessed, you know, and grateful.
This is, you know, one of the things, I'm always surrounded by women. And women capture. But in the world, a divorced woman could project more divorce, more division, singleness. Okay? And that's the last thing I wanted to project. And that was, I'm going to use the word, that was my fear. I was so scared of projecting that to the women that surround me, that's okay.
You know, it humbled you, you know, but I prefer to be humble than being single and bitter, yes, you know? That's so true. I being married and humble than being single and bitter. I believe
that is one of the things that the devil attacks the most in the church, is the marriage. If he attacks the marriage, he's destroying a whole family. You know, so it honestly, I'm going to admit, it hit my ego. I'm like, ooh, okay, here we go, Lynn, you know.
And I truly believe this. Marriage is not about finding someone who never disappoints you. It's about building something strong enough to handle disappointment without destruction. Marriage is sacred. Marriage is stretching. Marriage is sanctifying. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still choosing covenant. Not because it's always easy, but because it's worth fighting for.